The brightness of this day has given me the opportunity to bring you this video. Welcome back to my channel, Winking It with AC. My name is AC. So, recently we turned 1 year. 1 year. Cuckoo Bambino, Cuckoo Tampico, Cuckoo Showboy, Cuckoo 1, Cuckoo 2, Cuckoo No Size, Cuckoo Tangerine, Cuckoo Sakura is 1. Our boy, your favorite nephew, your favorite internet nephew is 1. So if you haven't watched the vlog on how we spent our first birthday, please go ahead and check out that video after you finish watching this video. But as always, I am here to give you an update on how we are growing, how we are developing so far. So I am going to get right into this video. Okay, so first of all, your bambino can clap. He's been clapping I know, at least for the past 2 months, I guess. And I don't know, I always find it so sweet when I see him and then he just randomly start clapping. Or when we go to church and everyone is clapping, like praise and worship time, you find him clapping too. Like he claps more, then he stop, then he claps more, then he stop. So yes, bambino has been clapping. Praise the Lord. And then another thing is that he dances. And I think honestly, babies dance the same. It's like they're bobbing up and down, bobbing up and down. I've never really been able to get it on camera because it's like it's always so random. Sometimes it could be that Seram has composed his own song and he's singing, and you find people dance. The last time I saw them doing that, it was so funny. It's like they were just a pair. Seram has created his own music. He's singing it, and Kuku is also dancing, just bopping up and down. Or when we go to church, and of course music, once he hears music playing, you can be sure that he will start bobbing up and down. So yes, our bambino has been dancing, and bambino started, now this I'm calling him bambino. I'll just ask her, where is bambino, and she'll answer. But he started walking at 10 months, right when he turned 10 months. So I honestly thought he would start walking earlier because of how early he started showing signs of crawling and trying to walk. But eventually he started at 10 months, and Atu also started at 10 months. So for both of the boys, they started walking at 10 months. So he walks, he runs. Yeah, he can chase Sarah around. Sarah will chase him around. He's laughing, giggling, all of that. So yes, bambino has been walking at a storm, and he likes to feed himself. I have been trying and struggling to remember when I gave Ato that independence. I don't know if I should say independence, but when I had Ato start feeding himself, which of course was a messy process. But I think he was past the age of 1 when I finally got him that chair with a seat attached to it. For both of my human beings, I never had a high chair. Someone gave us a high chair with Seram, but it was a used one, and the problem with that was it didn't have the straps. So like it's now that I have to try and find some seamstress who can do some makeshift. So we didn't use it. So you just basically have him on your lap and you feed him, and which is the same thing we've been doing with Kuku. It's just that Kuku can display sometimes. I will get to that very soon. But how I know he wants to feed himself is this: you'll be feeding him and he'll be taking it in, but sometimes at a point he will sort of like just spit it out and will sit down and then now pick it from the ground and start eating it. So if you're feeding him something like kenki or bamboo and you notice that he does that, then I just give it to him directly. Or sometimes I just put a few morsels in his bowl and just put on the floor, and then he will eat from it. So gradually we will transition to feeding ourselves. I feel like I haven't gotten to that point yet where I want him to do that. So when we get there, we will get there, and I'll go and buy those skinny chairs for him. Yes, I've also noticed that he tries to copy actions. So sometimes he may be doing certain gestures, and you can notice that you see that he's trying to do the same thing. Or he and Ato are playing, and I realized that Ato was holding a peg and doing something He was pretending to be doing something. I don't know. Nowadays he pretends to cook and he'll come and give you something imaginary to eat. Like he was doing something, and I noticed that Cuckoo was watching him and doing the same thing, you know. And there have been other instances where I realized that he's trying to do what you just did, you know. So I realized that he's, of course, then his brain is growing, it's improving, and he's becoming more, is a word attentive. I don't know what stage this is or what term psychologists or child educators or whatever will call this, but I guess it's also a good sign of development. Cuckoo eats a lot. Cuckoo eats a lot. And it's just so interesting how this was the same human being that when we were trying to wean him, he would fight you tooth and nail when you are trying to feed him. And now, Cuckoo Bambino, Tampico, you cannot him, area champion in this house. Hey! So even when he's full, he will still want to eat some of what you're eating. Oh God, please forgive me. So yes, Cuckoo eats a lot. When I say it, a lot of people are like, be thankful that he eats, because having a child who doesn't like eating is a stress all on its own. So yeah, I'm learning, but I still mentioned that Cuckoo eats a lot. I think I've realized that I am a little worried at where do you draw the line, because I mean sometimes when he has his pacifier in his mouth and he sees that you're eating something and he wants it, he will remove the pacifier and throw it and then come and collect what it is, whether it's water or whatever food it is. And when he's fine and he decided that he doesn't want any more, then he'll go and pick up his pacifier, put it back in his mouth, and go about his business. Go about his father's business. But sometimes I worry a bit where to draw the line, because I don't want it to be like you are encouraging what could later be a bad habit, where you know you are full but you are still eating, you still want to eat, you know. And so I'm like, okay, let's not worry about it now, wait a bit, I don't know, a few years, a few months, see how things, maybe by the time he's 2 or something, and see. So that's not like you are encouraging, I hope you get my drift, you are encouraging, so that's not like you're encouraging him ignoring those receptors in the brain that tell you that you are full, so stop eating, you know. So honestly, sometimes that is a worry that I have deep down, low-key. But I thought that I should just mention that, just in case somebody has some advice for me on that. He does not drink milk at night anymore. So as at the time he was about, so February, I think he turned 10 months in February, I believe. Yes. So right around that time, or I want to say a little before then, he started sleeping what I would term as their room, the boys' room. So initially it was the nanny and Atsu who shared that room, but now he's also moved there. His cot is here, but his mattress is there. So he sleeps on the floor on his mattress, and Sarah also sleeps on his mattress. Both of them are on the floor, and they just roll over each other. And it's a story for another day. But we need to buy a bunk bed. But in any case, so it was around that time that he stopped feeding at night. So he doesn't drink milk at night. Like, he wouldn't wake up to drink milk, but he still wakes up at night. And most of the time he just wakes up randomly, but he would just somehow just go back to sleep. And it happens quite a number of times in the night, because once in a while we bring him to our room to sleep here with us, and that's how I noticed that sometimes he would wake up because somehow he's woken up and he's realized that, okay, his pacifier is not in his mouth. So then he will find it. Sometimes immediately he puts it back in his mouth, he will go right back to sleep. Or sometimes immediately he finds it himself and puts it in his mouth, he'll go right back to sleep. Or he'll toss about a bit before finally falling asleep. So he no longer eats at night, but he does wake up at night a few times in the night. Teeth. He has, I should have counted it before coming, but he has 8. I think the last time I counted, he has 8, and I think 1 or 2 are coming out again. So he has 8 and he eats everything. Nothing is off limits for Kuku Tampico. So basically, yeah, I just realized that my energy was here when I started the video. Now suddenly it's here. I'm tired. Right now we are 1, so I am no longer closing at 2. So I got home and I was like, before I change, let me just eat and let me just quickly get this video done. Otherwise it will be another 4 years before I do this video. The way I've been feeling nowadays. So I'm going to I really want to get back to being consistent, honestly, with my Monday and Thursday uploads. It's been a struggle, but I am really pushing for you guys to be consistent so that you guys don't miss me too much. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for everyone who joined my live on the day of his birthday and wished him well, prayed for him. Thank you for all those who watched the birthday vlog and also wished him well, and thank you for those who have supported us since the pregnancy announcement up until this point where we are a year old. God bless you all, and I appreciate your support. Please keep supporting, please keep liking all my videos and sharing them, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.